she had a lot of stuff. I was like, because I didn't even know what it was at first. Like, what is? Because some of them are new ones too. Using those type of, there's a bunch of new ones out too now, and it's not helping build her credit, but it is killing her as far as debt to income. Because it's reporting its debt, but it's not reporting like a credit card would report. So it's not building your credit. It's just showing you have debt. And in most cases, it's not on your credit report unless you start missing payments. And that's why it's not helping to build your credit. But if you miss a payment, it's showing up as debt. I don't use them, but that's a lie. I use it one time to get a pair of Jordans, one time.
Yeah, just the account she was saying. What was the you were? Okay.
Apple Pay. Oh, Afterpay. Okay, yeah. I thought you said Apple.
I do have that.
Okay, how many of y'all have an Apple card?
I don't use it.
Huh? So you got approved for one of the cards, right? If you don't mind me asking, what's your credit limit on it? It's low?
Yeah, it's low.
Okay. I always tell people, if you want to improve the limit and you've been paying it on time every time, you got it on auto pay?
Yes.
Okay. So you that's smart. If anything you can put on auto pay, put it on auto pay. You got to make sure the money in there. it just can't be auto pay.
Right, yeah.
But so if you go back in and reestablish your income that you from where you originally reported it, they'll probably just give you more money. As long as your credit score and everything is, if you got a 720 for sure, I know they'll give you more money.
Right.
And you ain't got no late payments report in your credit report, and you put about 150 in there, they'll give you anywhere from $15,000 to $20,000 in credit limit. Anybody else?
He said it don't even count. So, but
I would pay those off and stop using them. That ain't. Can I say the way I describe it to people? That ain't nothing but layaway. There ain't nothing but layaway, and you get the products up front. So we have to understand that we're looking to build credit so that we can acquire assets and build wealth. All of my rich white friends, they use their credit and leverage their credit to acquire wealth. Like right now, I got 8 cars, and they're on Toro. I got 8 cars on Toro. Went to the bank, 1 inquiry, and got 8 cars. Cars, C-A-R-S, cars.
You said Toro, right?
Yeah.
Some people probably don't know what that is.
Y'all know what Toro is? It's a car rental company where you can put your cars on their platform and rent the cars out and get paid. Like last year, I made $150,000 on Toro. I took my credit, personal credit, leveraged it to use my personal credit, leveraged it with my business credit. How many people in here got business credit? People got a business. You got business credit?
Yeah, don't ask me the details.
Okay.
Because I don't know my score on, but I do have it.
But the best thing to do is to build your business credit so you don't have to use your personal credit. Trust me, you know, those 8 cars, this is how it's worked. I went to Bank of America. Bank of America has a thing where if you got a 720 or higher, you can personally be the personal guarantor on your business credit, and that's how I was able to get the 8 cars. So it's through my business credit, but my credit score was like a 780, and I was able to, you know, I did a class teaching people how to do it. I got so many people I don't taught how to do it. I got a girl in New Orleans. She done bought like 10 cars She got some on Turo and some that she uses for a business that she's doing medical transportation. So she leveraged her credit to start a medical transportation company. My friend John Maxim that we went to high school with, he has 30 medical vans. He's making 70 grand a week. 30 medical vans for with the handicap lifts and everything. He's doing that medical transportation. You'll probably see people around here doing medical transportation where they got it on the side of their cars at all, maybe. Not, maybe. If not, that's a good business to invest in, especially if it's not big in your area right now, where you pick people up, take them to the doctor, sit outside and wait for them and take them home. An average person is making $3,000 to $4,000 doing medical transportation. Like, there are businesses that you can use your credit and leverage your credit, build your business credit while you are using your personal credit to establish these businesses, again, to acquire assets and to build wealth. So at one point I had 10 Airbnbs in Houston alone. But all I did was leverage my business credit, and I did what they call short-term rental agreements or corporate leasing, and I used my business credit, and I went to places in Houston. Eventually I hired a realtor because it was easier, and just started leasing leasing apartments through my business. I made $270,000 2 years ago when I first started. That 1 year with 10 units. So I'm just saying, like, the thing that you want to do is you want to keep your credit healthy so that you can leverage it to acquire assets and to build wealth. How many people want to work less? Right? And it's okay if you want to keep your job. There's a way to keep your job and still generate income. Right? Your credit should be used to generate income. Oh, that didn't go too well. Your credit should be used to generate income. It's your credit. You might as well make it work for you so that you can get the loans and the money that you need so that you can start building some wealth. How many people in here got at least $500,000 to $1 million life insurance policy? Why not? That's how the wealthy stay wealthy. You're going to die.
On that note, whole life versus term and the difference between the two, plus there are other like universal for all of that stuff.
Well, it's a simple thing with whole life, it builds up a cash value. So if you need to have access to some capital, you can borrow off your life insurance. Technically, you're not even borrowing, it's your money. So if you don't pay it back, fine, you just have a little less money to be buried with. And then some people, like one person said, I don't really want them to get that much anyway. So, but, if you are under 30, you can get some term for $1 million very, very cheap. And that way, if you have children, you just took your children from being a check-to-check person to a millionaire. And you can have multiple policies. I got a friend, Bishop Wiley Jackson. I remember when he first started teaching us estate planning, and he was like, joking, but he was serious. He was like, his policy was like an $8 million policy at the time. And I was like, man, why so much money? He said, because I want my kids to be wealthier than I am right now. And so that's how you start to create and build generational wealth as well through life insurance. How many people are close to 18 or 18 or over? You should sell life insurance. The thing that's funny, how many people don't want to go to college that's sitting up here? You don't want to go. It's okay.
Yes,
but,
it is.
but what do you want to do? As a matter of fact, Wall Street Journal just put out an article a couple months ago that college degrees are becoming obsolete. Like, certifications in trades are where you want to go, right? So you think about trades that are never going nowhere: plumbing, electricians, mechanics. I can't think of all of them right now, but also people laugh about women going to cosmetology school. My wife was making, at one point, this is no lie, when we were married in the 90s, my wife was doing $4 or $5 grand a week when updos and all that stuff was where people came to salons. Even after that, she still was making good money because she had all the chairs filled. So when she decided she didn't want to go in, she was still making money. So I'm just saying to you, like, I'm not here to be, like, really push the money thing on people that want to be broke. It's your choice, but you don't have to be. So, like, you don't want to go to college, but what do you think you would be interested in doing? Soon as you turn 18, you could take your real estate, get your real estate license, and you can sell property, and make 3 or 4 grand every time you sell a property. You know, because you usually get like 6% commission. So whatever the property is, you can position yourself to do that. You know how many people are making real money being real estate agents? No, they recording.
Recording.
Get your certification and as a pharmacy tech, you can be a traveling tech and make like it was like I saw a post that was like $2,600 a week.
And here's the crazy thing: he didn't go to college for that. He just in high school he started working at the pharmacy, and the lady was like, "You need to get your pharmacy tech certification." And like he said, you can find them jobs all over the country. My whole point is, I'm not a big advocate for college because everything that I learned, I did not learn in college. I went to college and majored in biology. And even then, I'm like, unless I was going to be a doctor or a school teacher, I really wasn't going to be using the information. Once I took organic chemistry, I knew that's not what the Lord called me to do. I was like, oh no. Anatomy and vertebrate structures is what killed it too. When I went in there and saw a cadaver and a dead person laying there, my professor was eating a sub and talking about it like it was nothing. He was like, I said, nah, I'm good. Like this brother in here eating a sub and pulling ribs out of people. Because they have it already pre-cut. And so he was like, and then you go, I was like, Dr. Barnes is a sicko. So I switched my major to communications quickly. So, you want to go to college? What do you want to go to school for? What do you want to do?
I want to be a surgeon or a yeah, I want to be a surgeon.
Okay, so I got to ask a hard question. And I need y'all to be honest. I'm talking to y'all like I would talk to my children. What your grades look like? You don't want to be a surgeon. What your grades look like? But you did this. I don't want nobody operating on me that's just passing. You
My advisor
just say going to college. You don't know what SUNY Poly is,
it
brother.
don't matter. My advisor said to me, if somebody was if you had a doctor and you saw their grades and they had C's, would you want them giving you open heart surgery? No. So you got to understand that when you go to school and you want to be a surgeon, I understand why you're trying to do it because you want to help people, but you got to understand that, and
Right.
this goes for anybody. You have to be able to be perfected at your craft. So that means in the classroom, you have to be in the top of your class. It's no different than the girls I coach. Like, I got a girl, they're like, if she get a 3.0, they're going to give her a full ride. And she's like, dang, I wish I would have done this my freshman year, because it's now I got to work extra hard to get what I should have had already. And, like, this is the same conversation that he had with me. Like, there's things that I probably should be doing right now that I'm not doing because I chose not to listen in my middle 20s. And, like,
Well, tell them about the Division I coaching job you had.
After my first year coaching high school basketball, I had 4 Division I colleges asking me to be their assistant. You know why I couldn't go? Because I didn't finish my college degree. And you know why I didn't finish my college degree? Because I was rebelling.
What you doing now?
Me?
Finishing your college degree,
Finish my
because
college
you
degree.
just missed 4 jobs. So this is the reason why I'm saying it. Like, yeah, I wish I would have came prepared and wrote some of this stuff down. You remember 33% of what you hear, if you write notes, it's called the law of three hearings. If you write notes and you repeat it to yourself, you remember at least 70% of what you hear. So a lot of people are failing because they just don't do the small things that they need to do. So they listen. I'm not a person that can just hear something one time and remember it. You know, I have to write it down. I have to go over it. I have to rehearse it. You know how many people take notes in church and don't ever look at them? You could tell they don't because you could tell how their life is outside of church. Ooh, I'm so sorry, but I'm not. They start saying things like, you know, I'm going to have to go to a church. I'm not really getting what I need here. If you probably go back and look at your notes, you've probably been getting what you need. You just ain't been doing anything to make sure that it becomes a part of your thinking and retaining it. So you should never show up anywhere without notes. Everybody got a cell phone, so you got notes where you can put it in your cell phone. Even if you don't understand the information totally, write new information down. Go back and look at it and research it. So for example, I can tell y'all right now, if you want to write a personal letter to the credit bureaus, the real simple way to do it, and you're not taking no notes, but it's okay. The real simple way to do it is to know the actual codes and then literally ask ChatGPT to write your personal letter for you. But you got to know the codes. I literally have a sheet that has every code for every type of dispute that you would ever need, and literally showing you how to speak that code in the ChatGPT. What? You know, TPT, KPT, GBT, TBW,
AI.
GPT,
AI.
ChatGPT. Yeah. Like they have literally upped the game with this GPT. Like for real. I just sold a guy, I hate to tell y'all, kind of, I write 5-year business plans for people. I usually charge them almost $3,000. Well, because now if I get the right information, I just got a questionnaire. I give the person the questionnaire so I can have all the right information that I need. I plug it into ChatGPT and charge them $1,500 for something he could have did himself. Now this is the sick part. He was on a Zoom where I taught this, and he still came back and asked me to pay for it. The other thing is, you know how many businesses that you can create right now, even y'all, like right now, and all you got to do is outsource. So I can show y'all in my Fiverr account where I paid a lady $170 to do a business plan for me, 5-year business plan for me. But I charged the person $1,500. I didn't even write it at all. So you can outsource things. Like you could put a website together that you do logos. You could put a website together that you design shirts, and you can outsource these jobs to other companies and make money right now in 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade. You can start your businesses right now. Have your parents go get you an LLC, and they're on your accounts at the bank. And you know, hopefully mom ain't going to jack you for your paper, but but I'm saying you can start businesses right now. Every last one of my children have a business. Every last one of them. My daughter Lachelle, she owns a nurse staffing company. She does not have a degree to be a nurse, but she has a nurse staffing company where she places nurses in homes and she makes money that way. My son Rodney, he trains people. He does a host of all kind of things. How much do you make an hour for training people? Okay, he should be charging more, but that's his choice. But he does training. What other things you do to generate income? How much? Just give them an idea from coaching AAU after a season of AAU. How much money will you make at the end of coaching the AAU?
So this is my first year doing it. I'll probably make $6,000-7,000. But the guy that's teaching me how to do this, he made last year, like for himself, he made $100,000 just in 3-4 months.
So he gonna coach anyway. So he might as well get paid. He's sponsored by Under Armour right now. My son Travion is sponsored by Champion. So he has an AAU program that he's doing. My son Tyler trains as well. My daughter Jasmine has a plethora of businesses. I wish he kind of narrowed them down, but if it works for her. Some people are multitasking; they can do many things. But she has a juicing business and food prep.
And I think I made my first year doing my first camp, like 3,000-4,000.
Yeah,
Just
But-
in 2 days.
3,000 or 4,000 in 2 days. So I'm just trying to tell you, you have to think about other ways that you can make money. What is it that you can do that is easy to you but hard for other people? Like, I want everybody to just kind of share what are you passionate about? What is it that you can do that for everybody else it seems difficult, but it's just easy for you? You said lashes? Become a lash tech. Get your paperwork in line and become a lash tech and start making money.
Doing hair.
Doing hair. So, do your school offer trades like cosmetology? Okay, so here's the thing. Never mind. She already said she don't, so I don't want to talk to her. Okay, go ahead.
I'm a techie person, so like when my brother, my sister, my mom, and all that, they got their phones break or tablets break, I'm the one that they call. I normally like you order. I know what the piece is. Look up the model number, take it apart, give me like an hour. I can fix your tablet screen, fix your phone screen, and depending on I'm close or not. Like I don't charge family, but you know.
You know what's so funny? There's a young dude in Rochester. He got a sign up. You break, I fix. That's the name of his business. You break, I fix. And I asked him, I said, how much money have you made doing this? He said, in the beginning, I was just kind of doing it, like you said, for family and just whatever. But he started realizing, he started seeing all these people that was fixing iPhones and like, you know, the kind of money they was making. So he said in his first year, he didn't make a lot of money, but after his first year, and he realized he had to pay that lease for that building that he was in, he said he started making over 6 figures. So I would start there. And then get a contract with somebody and sell cell phones out of your business. You know what I'm saying? You're going to fix them anyway. Start taking the people that's coming in as your client, and if they're paying $120 a month with AT&T, you have a service where they can pay $50, $30 a month, which they're existing already through prepaid. The prepaid market, people say it's oversaturated. It's 7 billion people on the planet, almost 400 million people in America. I hate when people say the market is oversaturated. It's not. It's a such thing called the law of abundance, which means there's enough for everybody. What Larry does, there's a ton of people doing it, but there's a group of people that only gonna work with Larry.
That's right.
So if he had that mindset, he wouldn't get started, he wouldn't do what he's doing. There's a group of people that's waiting on you. No, there's a group. Y'all know the scripture, where there is no vision, the people perish, but happy is he who keeps the law. Y'all know that scripture? One translation says, where there is no revelation, people cast off restraints. Like some people, the reason why they're kind of meandering through life, they don't see themselves anywhere in the future. And some of the time, when you see the scripture, write the vision, make it plain, so he that readeth run with it. Who's the first person that reads the vision that you write down? Guess who got to run with it first? You got to run with it first. And you got to run with it. That's why when I wrote the book, Taking Risks, listen, some of the risks that you're going to take, they're not really risks. They're dreams and visions that the Most High has already shown you, which means he declares the end from the beginning. If he showed you, it already is done. It already exists. That's what he says in Isaiah 46:10. He says, I've declared the end from the beginning. By the time he showed you something, it's what he's already done. Are y'all here? So the people, where there is no vision, the people perish. The problem is he's revealing to you what he wants or what he's already done. You claim you got faith to shout, dance, and run and everything else. Why you don't have faith to believe in what he's put inside of you? I ain't nobody special. My daddy was a pimp. He did 30 years in prison. Are you hearing what I'm saying? He did 30 years in prison. I didn't have a father around, but I'm not making no excuse because my heavenly Father gave me a glimpse of my future, and it doesn't matter what the devil do, he cannot stop it. The only way it can be stopped is if I get in my own way. Once he showed Joseph the dream, the pit, Potiphar's house, and the prison could not stop what he revealed. And everything you see about Joseph's life, he gets out the pit, he gets to Potiphar's house, he gets to the prison, and the Lord was with Joseph. Why? The man said it last night in Jeremiah 1:12, he hastens to his word to perform it. In other words, whatever he spoke over your life, he's going to be right there to make sure it comes to pass. But he needs you to do something with it. And I'm so sick of us having a mindset of entitlement instead of getting off our duff and doing something. Everybody in here has the potential to change your family if you would pursue the vision that Yah has put in you, that the Most High God has put in you. Everybody. Like my son said, Dad, I can see it now. If I would have listened to you then, I would not be where I'm at. And I'm like, it ain't too late, because he still has not changed his mind about you. And then the moment that he got out of his way, he starts this AAU program, gets sponsored by Under Armour. The moment he got out of his way, everything that he was shown through vision, through the Most High, he was able to start accomplishing it, because all he had to do was get up and do it. Right now, this time next year, some of y'all, if the Lord tarry, you should be able to come back here and talk about how you made $200,000-$300,000 easily. And I'm talking about children. My grandson got a business. And my grandson, Amir, has had a business since he was 12, making T-shirts. My son, Travion, the same thing. You know how he started making T-shirts? What's that machine called, Lord? Cricut. There you go, on the Cricut machine. And then some of the stuff he was making, I was like, you did that with Cricut? He was like, yeah, I started watching other people. Like some people, they'll make shirts like the one Larry got on with a Cricut. People are making shirts like that with a Cricut. And I'm like, I thought all you could do is make one solid color. They making all kind of designs. And he's been selling T-shirts. He still sells T-shirts. When my wife passed, he put a shirt together with Mother in Jamaican patois. And so many people started buying the shirt. So I'm just saying, like, there's no reason for you to not make money. Money is right in your hand, young man. And I don't know, I say, young man, you might be old as me. I don't know. You know, black don't crack. You know, people be like, man, I'm 75. What? You know what I'm saying? So money's right in your hand. Like, for example, if you like driving, get paid to drive.
Yes, sir.
Start a medical transportation company and get up and work for yourself. You say, I don't have a car. Use the car you got. Okay, I'm sorry. I get excited. That's why when people tell me what they want to do, I can tell what they're not going to do by what they're doing. In other words, you know, kids, I want to be a basketball player. No, you don't. What time you woke up this morning? Who woke you up? I never had to wake him up. 6 o'clock, he was at the Y from 6 to 8. From 10 to 12, he was doing strength and conditioning, and he played in the league every single night. And now he's one of the top scorers in New York State. He played professional basketball. Not in the NBA, but there's other ways to play ball and make money. My whole point is, I had to tell my middle son, you don't want it bad enough because you won't get your butt up out the bed. Well, you didn't wake me up this morning. I already played basketball. I'm 50-something years old. I did what you're trying to do. That's why I can tell you what you're doing is not going to work. So if all y'all got basketball aspirations, what are you doing? If you put down what you want to do and what it takes to do right next to it, are you doing what it takes to do to get there? So I sound harsh, but stop lying saying you want to do something when your actions are not showing that's what you really want to do. Time is up. I want to own a home. Work on your credit. Get your credit together. Get out of debt. I want to own multiple homes. Get out of debt. Do you know the first thing I would have done if I have the information that I have now? I would have bought multi-units instead of buying homes to live in, because that's a liability. Whatever you're giving out and not getting anything in return is a liability. So I would have bought multi-units. And I'm not talking about 2. units. I'm talking about 8, 16, 100, because they'll actually fund those things quicker than they'll fund your home.
That's right.
Then what I would have done after I bought several properties like that is I would have got my home and let them properties pay for my house. Do you understand what I'm saying? So when you turn 18, 19 years old, make sure your credit's in place so you can start buying multi-units. First house I bought, y'all want to know how much I paid for it? I'm going to tell y'all. You about to be like, what? $1,000. It's the type of house that every month I give $1,500 in rent off. That's the type of house it is. Because what you want to learn how to do is make money while you're sleeping. Are y'all understand what I'm saying? Because we talking about credit, but I'm trying to tell you what your credit can do for you and how it can you can leverage credit to acquire assets and build wealth. Like, the truth of the matter is, if you don't have no children, your first house, even if you do have children, then let your first house be a double, or if you get an 8 or 6 unit house, you live in one of them units.
Right.
Well, that's not where I want to put. No, live in one of them units. Let the other 7 out of the 8 pay your rent and your mortgage, and you pocket some of this money and put it to the side. Start planning to get the next one. When you get 2 or 3 of those, then you get the house you want. So you ain't got to go to college. Build your credit, leverage your credit, not just sell real estate, but invest and buy real estate. Because if you're going to be active in the 3 pillars of wealth, it got to be investments, real estate. Go ahead. You cut me off.
So I got a question with the life insurance policy.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, let's just say you borrow from your life insurance policy.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you said, like, it's your money. So if you borrow from your life insurance policy, you know, you won't have that much. Like, will it go in your credit? And is that a smart thing to do?
No, like, it wouldn't go in your credit.
Okay.
So I'll give you an example. Me and my wife, this ain't live, is it? Well, ain't nobody from where I'm from watching it right now. So my wife grew up, her mother was a drug addict. And she put things in her daughter's name. And out of nowhere one time we got yeah, turn it off.